My name is Will Wright, and my song Hughes is coming out this Friday, the 25th, on all streaming platforms. Woof. Okay. Well, Hughes is about a small feeling, and especially with that small feeling being, I guess, tied to a place. That place could be probably my bedroom. That's where I wrote it. The reason I stumble is because Hughes, as a small feeling, is kind of my journey seeing the bigger picture with all of that. You know?
Do you mean like literally the bigger picture, or do you mean like a specific thing?
I think yes on both fronts, because you get the bigger picture being as you grow up, and especially with me being a little taller than the average bear. There are a lot of places I used to be when I was a kid that was like, you know, it just looked different for whatever reason. And I think as you physically grow, height-wise, but also mentally, you sort of rediscover those places in a different way after you've been to somewhere like New York or the city, Chicago. I went a lot of those places that summer. The combination of all those things really made it like I'm back to where it all started. Now how is this different?
And I mean, is that directly, because obviously the song starts with the image of a campfire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that where it all started for you, and then you're using that as like the original place that's branching out, or?
That was where the original feeling was. So we would spend all day, you know, wintertime chopping firewood, summertime baling hay, and generally those were the exciting, you know, big parts of the day. So at the end of that day, what was the reflection? And for me, that was always, you know, most times with my buddies or with my dad, grandfather, any of that, just by the campfire, or, you know, in the evening, day's over, you get to chillax with a meal and reflect a little bit. And I think that's where that originally was. And as I got older and was able to do more things, more stress, more places to go, you sort of have a different perspective when you're back in that place. You have a comfortability, certainly, but also with the absence of people, you have a different perspective. I mean, number one, not that I'm listening to him over and over again now, but my original start in just, I think a lot of artists or musicians, or maybe even people who don't play professionally, have an artist that was like their repeat artist. They burnt out the CD, they burnt out the vinyl, their buddies got sick of hearing the same exact voice over and over again. And that artist for me was Tyler Childers, back when I was first learning to play back during COVID. That was a very reflective time, certainly. So I think Hughes alone could be, you know, the COVID song or whatever. I don't know if I want to label that or not, but I think fans of Zach Bryan would most definitely like my music. I think we have a lot of the same instrumentation. Our songwriting differs for different reasons in the background, and probably the vibe and the world of Zach Bryan, less how he plays it for people, although we have similarities there. I think more of his world is kind of the same thing I'm trying to get across, but with my world, you know. I think that's a good way to say it. I don't know, Chris Stapleton, is he a decent enough relation, I guess? I love Chris Stapleton. I think I like the intention Chris puts behind his lyrics.
Sure.
I could take a lot out of that. I don't know. It's one of those weird things. It's how you describe, like, how do you describe an artist that's taking their inspiration from a folk songwriter perspective, but putting maybe big drums over that, or a big, you know, electric guitar, or some background electric guitar that would maybe be seen in like a film scoring type deal, you know? Ray LaMontagne would be a pretty good guesstimation. Obviously I love Childers for years, so his songwriting, I think, made his way in there.
And you have to be honest.
I have to be honest.
Yeah.
Good Lord. For a buddy?
No.
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that I could slide out of it.
Mm-hmm.
See, I had this friend who wanted to know, you know, What's the normal size of pictures? Anyways, okay, so let's think about this. During COVID, this might not be the most embarrassing, but it's certainly the most odd. My toes, apostrophe, got like really red and like kind of inflamed, and I was like, what the hell is like wrong? Like what, like, is it like athlete's foot? Like I play soccer and do sports like that, but like, why is this going on? And then at this time, like there was during COVID, a bunch of, every side effect was COVID. And I was like, well, it couldn't be COVID. Like, why would you have, toes on your COVID or COVID on your toes or however you'd say that. But we ended up going to the doctor, and he said, well, it's possible that you could have COVID because, it's a side effect apparently. And then I went home, looked it up on Google, and what came up was just the most nasty thing I've ever seen in my life. It was disgusting. Yeah, I don't know. That's the best. That's not the best I got, but I don't want to exploit myself. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Will Wright, and my song Hughes is coming out October 25th, and I hope you enjoy.
All streaming platforms.
Streaming platforms.